Hello people, good to be back. Today I want to talk about a car market that chose survival through solidarity, a market that turned inward to keep its car production alive. Iran's automotive market didn't survive because it was open. It survived because it closed its doors. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe for more car stories from a completely different world. One of the latest countries to cut its import tax to zero is Australia. That move opened the gates to foreign brands, and sadly, it led to the collapse of the legendary Holden. However, Iran's story had a twist. Even with heavy import taxes, one group managed to infiltrate: the Chinese car makers. Their advantage was simple: price. Even with tariffs, their cars stayed affordable enough to survive. And survive they did, until they became part of Iran's automotive landscape. Brands like Chery, Dongfeng, Great Wall, and many others tried their luck here. Not all of them succeeded, but they proved one important point: Iran was a market worth fighting for. Today I want to focus on ʻɡiːli, a Chinese brand that now owns Volvo cars. Yes, you heard that right. ʻɡiːli began as a tiny company in 1986 and transformed into a global automotive giant. ʻɡiːli entered Iran in 2012 with the Emgrand7 offered in both sedan and hatchback versions. They were one of the few Chinese manufacturers that actually managed to change public perception toward Chinese cars, thanks to their consistency and long-term effort. For a moment, it looked like they were here to stay. From the front, the Emgrand7 looks surprisingly confident for a car of its era. A white chrome grille with horizontal bars proudly carries the ʻɡiːli badge in the center, while the large headlamps with black shadows stretch slightly toward the fenders, giving it a sharp, focused expression. The bumper is clean and solid with integrated fog lamps that show ʻɡiːli's early effort to step into a more global design language. From the side, the design follows a classic 3-box silhouette. A single shoulder line runs smoothly from the headlights to the taillights, adding a touch of continuity and calmness to the body. The slightly raised rear section gives it a confident stance, and the short front overhang hints at balance rather than aggression. At the rear, the Emgrand7 keeps things straightforward and solid. The large triangular taillights sit completely on the rear fenders, separated by a wide trunk lead with a chrome strip and the Emgrand badge placed at the center. The bumper is tall and practical, with reflectors positioned low on each corner. It's not a daring design, but it feels honest and well structured, a confident step for a brand that was still learning its global language. The dashboard of the Emgrand7 is designed with simplicity and symmetry in mind. The instrument cluster features two large analog gauges with a blue lit digital display between them, clear and easy to read. In the center, a multimedia unit sits neatly below two horizontal air vents, framed with silver trim that adds a modern touch. There is a small digital screen placed on top of the center console, showing the time and temperature. A simple detail, but one that gives the cabin a more complete and refined feel. Below the main screen, three rotary knobs handle the climate control, keeping everything functional and straightforward. The steering wheel with the bold ʒəli badge at the center feels solid and slightly thick, giving a confident grip. Overall, it's a clean, driver-friendly design. Practical, balanced, and proof of how ʒəli was slowly mastering the language of modern car interiors. Compared to rivals in Iran at the time, the Emgrand7 offered surprisingly decent features. One of the features was side airbags, which was rare in Iran in 2012. The launch of Emgrand7 was backed by big advertising campaigns, but the real buzz came from word of mouth. Many Iranians were told that the car shared its platform and even its engine with older Toyota Corolla models. A story that was completely false, yet it stuck. And even today, you'll find Iranian websites repeating this claim. In fact, the Emgrand7 was built on ʒəli's own FE platform and powered by Mitsubishi Drift engines. This particular version of Emgrand7 in Iran has a 1.8-liter engine, producing 137 horsepower, paired with either a manual or an automatic gearbox. ʒəli sold the Emgrand7 in Iran from 2012 to 2013. The hatchback version was briefly available between 2013 and 2014, but the car didn't disappear because of its design or performance. It disappeared because of weak support. Spare parts became scarce, after-sales service was poor, and the local importer made serious mistakes in pricing and strategy. These issues were widely reported in Iranian media, but we never received an official statement from ʒəli or its local partner. Meanwhile, brands like Chery did the opposite. They built strong dealer networks, they stayed active, they adapted. ʒəli simply failed to keep pace. That's why the Emgrand7 faded quietly, even though it had real potential to succeed. And here is the irony. At the time, the Emgrand7 in Iran cost nearly double its international price, around $20,000. Today, a 10-year-old Emgrand7 sells for roughly $5,000. Meanwhile, ʒəli as a brand hasn't stopped growing in neighboring markets. Their brand new cars now start at around $12,000. Alright guys, thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you soon.